4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Yuhcast number 19? 18,
no.
19?
Yes, 19.
19! Yay!
If it's not 19, then we just look like idiots.
If it's not 19, we're idiots. And if it is 19, whatever. We're right. Anyways, the audio is significantly worse probably.
Yeah!
Because we're in the same room for the first time ever. Which is gonna help. Which is gonna be great. For us anyways. I don't know.
We need another mic still. But...
We need another mic, but this is gonna work. It's gonna be very echoey. Doesn't really matter. Game Grumps did it for a while. Whatever.
They did?
Yeah, it was way back when. They just basically they just had just the one microphone for a while.
I don't watch them.
Yeah, I stopped watching in like 2019, I think.
Everyone did.
Yeah, basically.
Obviously, they still get good views. I don't know. I got into other
people
departments.
Yeah.
YouTube departments.
Yeah, I mean, they're still funny, but I think largely it's just kind of like I've just moved on. I think, although I do still revisit a lot of their older series. I don't particularly watch them in a manner that's frequent. I said that in a roundabout way. Anyways, we're here.
They brought me onto the existence of Sonic Adventure, so...
Yeah.
Which I own on 2 platforms for some reason. I think I beat the Sonic playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible.
Really?
It sucked. I remember I showed it to Will, or like we were playing it at the same time. We got stuck on one part for like an hour, and he lost his mind. I have recordings of it as well. It's just him screaming.
Yeah. Why do people defend that game?
Why do people defend any Sonic game from the 2000s?
Yeah. I don't know. It definitely holds a place in people's heart, I think. But, like...
I like bad games.
I like bad video games.
I play Halo. That's a joke. That's a fucking joke. Well, I like Halo 4. There you go. Now people are happy with me.
But what about Halo Reach?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm never gonna not remind you of that.
I'm on people's good sides again because I said that I do not bring up my Halo Reach opinions.
Well, I think now that I let the cat out of the bag, so now you kind of have to... Oh my god, I've played 18 hours of Oblivion. It says it on the screen right here. How the fuck have I played 18 hours of Oblivion recently?
Well... Sounds like something a gamer would do.
What constitutes as recently? 2 weeks. Oh, okay, that makes sense then, I think.
Because on the profile it's a 2-week thing, so I'm assuming recently is 2 weeks. Why would it not? Why would it be different?
Profile look like? I'm sorry we didn't have a visual for any of this. I mean, we do literally right here, but
Wow.
Oh my, what the fuck? 261 hours. Yeah, I bought it in like June. Oh my god.
Well, then we don't have to look at my hours on anything. No. We'll should be just fine. Yeah, 330 on Halo. Got a problem?
No, actually, I gotta play Halo, man. I gotta get into that. I gotta just get into more games that aren't Elder Scrolls.
I have so many games I can not offer you, but I can recommend.
List them. Come on, get them.
Sorry, I'm trying to eat a Domino's breadstick right now.
Yeah.
Overwatch. I know, dude, that's a controversial one. Overwatch is actually fun to play now. After, like, 4 years of it being unfun to play. Overwatch. Risk of Rain 2.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
There's another one I was thinking of. I can't remember. I mean, Halo, but...
That goes without saying, I think.
Yeah. There's another one that I just actually cannot remember suddenly. Huh.
Littlewood?
No.
Oh.
That's a single player only experience. That's okay.
Risk of Rain 2, huh? Is it free to play?
No.
I probably would have played it by now, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Although it is immensely popular.
I will see about that, and also Halo, because I mean, is it on sale right now?
I don't think either of those games are on sale. Risk of 2 just went on sale, but
Jesus!
oh jeez.
Actually, how much is toy page? How much? 25 big boys. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's all right. Yeah, so that sounds funky. That sounds
You're
fresh.
one of 2 people on this entire planet who have not played Risk of Rain 2 yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm biased because I played it when it first launched.
Yeah, you've completed it and have almost 1,000 hours.
Yeah, I have every achievement. I got when the anniversary update came out. I got every achievement in the first day. I'm a bit of a fan.
Slightly.
It's an okay game.
So what's the general idea of Risk of Rain 2?
Oh dear God. It's a tricky one. It's like, alright, this might take a minute, but you choose a bunch of survivors. There's I think 11 you can pick from, and then there's a 12th one we don't talk about. Not going to get into that for spoilers, but you pick a survivor that will have like some different abilities in the passive. Sometimes you spawn in on the planet, and you go around kill monsters. You get gold from killing those monsters, and you open up chests, and it goes to different little item terminal shop stuff. And then basically the goal is just get a bunch of items so you're overpowered. And it's one of those games where you are meant to be overpowered.
Okay.
Like, with proc chains and certain stuff, you can just deal millions of damage.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But the challenging part is that the game gets harder the more time you spent on a run. So, and you can't just grind, you can't stay on one stage and grind out, like, items for the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep moving forward. Unless you're playing on the easiest difficulty and you don't have to try.
Okay.
Yes.
Third person. Okay. This looks very nice. This looks very nice indeed. Well, now that you said that, I'm probably just gonna buy Fallout.
Which one?
Well, I have New Vegas and Fallout 3 on Xbox, but I don't want to bother having to
Play Xbox,
so I'm just, yeah. I think I'm actually gonna get the new, when Far Cry 6, I think I'll actually play that when it comes out, because I've been playing, on Xbox, Far Cry 4 recently, purely because I got like a, it was like all the all of the endings video in my recommended, and I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this game, and I'm replaying it. It's actually super fun.
I don't remember Far Cry 4 being that good, but of course I came from Far Cry 3, which we don't talk about how many hours I spent in that one. But it's like 300 or something for like a single player only game. I played the multiplayer on that game. In Far Cry 4, they had interesting multiplayers that they sucked. But they were kind of... Far Cry 4, I think there was like... You could use different animals and stuff in it, which that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Too bad it was just kind of... I don't know, the gunplay was just... Gunplay's fine for a single player. Mm-hmm. You get in the multiplayer and it tries to be like Call of Duty, but Call of Duty thrives off the gunplay, which Far Cry doesn't as much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in terms of... Far Cry 4, I don't know. I haven't played any other Far Cry games, so I have no basis of comparison. But I liked it. It's fun. It's a cool kind of open world experience that is cool. I like it. I love the story of Far Cry 4 as well, just because like I don't know. I just kind of like the message of like literally everybody is a villain. Mm-hmm. Like. No matter who you side with, it's like Anita or Sabal. They're both objectively worse than the actual antagonist of the game. So like,
that's kind of why I like New Vegas in a way, because there's a lot of inner plots in New Vegas, but basically the idea is that you side with a faction of some sort. You either side with Legion, which is like they're portrayed by everyone as being the antagonist. Basically, they're kind of like. Oh, it's the Roman Empire in nuclear wasteland, which is really awesome. It somehow fits the theme, even though it is the Roman Empire in like whenever New Vegas takes place. I forgot. Sorry. And then you get the NPR, which are you think they're the good guys, but everyone hates them as well, and they're just really corrupt. But they're still kind of like supposed to be the good guys in a way. Then you can side with the House, which kind of only cares about the actual New Vegas place and not the entire wasteland. Or you could side with Yes Man, which is basically independent. You control everything, which of course that goes to hell because it's only you controlling the entire wasteland. Of course, there's a lot more to it than that, but you go watch like a fucking hour-long video if you want to explain the entire plot.
Don't listen to us about anything. That's just, I think, the one rule. If you've listened to all of these Yuhcasts, which looking at the analytics, literally nobody has.
I have.
Have you? Oh yeah.
I make them.
Well, yeah, we make them. Well, yeah, we all listen to. We both of us. They all. I'm like the worst person to have a podcast because I can't speak. Like I should have had speech therapy as a child.
I did, and I still can't talk. So.
Yeah. I know that, I think it was, because I literally, I was recommended for speech therapy, and my mom was like, nah, he's fine, and then I'm just here, and I can't talk well, and that's, yeah.
Although all we did was just play board games.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually genuinely, I think by speech therapy, they might have just meant, just if you talk to people enough, you'll learn how to speak right.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, that didn't help. Because
the more people I talk to, the more I talk, the worse I get overall at speaking.
Yeah, exactly. Because my brain eventually, if I talk to people too much, it just turns to a mush.
Yeah.
And I don't need that in my life, really. Actually, I probably do, but whatever.
Mush brain.
Okay, I think that was really uncalled for.
Mush brain. No, that's funny.
Okay, well.
Come on. Oh yeah, Far Cry. I forgot about what is it? Far Cry Blood Dragon. Blood Dragon. I was supposed to Imagine Dragons for a second. Yeah, Far Cry Blood Dragon is also pretty good. It was the least Far Cry game, but for a stupid couple hours, it's pretty decent.
What was that? I did not.
It was like the sci-fi cyberpunky type of game. It was really weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also Far Cry Primal, which I don't even know if that...
I played Primal.
Well, how was it?
It was fine. People either love it or hate it. I just think it's in between. The combat sucks because the melee system is the only alternative to bows. So you're either using bows the entire game or the awful melee.
Yeah.
And then the pets, it doesn't matter. Taming different animals was cool, but it doesn't really matter at all. But, it had some survival elements.
Just go to Taco Bell. Don't play Far Cry. Don't play video games. Just go to Taco Bell.
Is that the message?
Yes, that's the central message of the Yuhcast. Right now, definitive statement. Yuhcast reboot. This is going to be the first episode out. Our definitive statement is, don't watch us. Don't play video games. Don't listen to your people. Go to Taco Bell.
Don't listen to your parents.
Don't listen to things. Don't listen to anything.
Your own person. Taco Bell.
Exactly. That's the central message of the Yuhcast. Be your own person. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's really good, though.
It's great.
It's so good.
It is very... Yeah, I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. Actually, I've been having
it more than ever because they have a new box thing or meal deal.
Dude, they got a new crate!
Loot Crate!
Dude, Loot Crate! I had a Loot Crate back in the day.
I did too.
Yeah, it was... the thing is with Loot Crate is I genuinely... I didn't watch or, do anything with those, with that stuff. So it was... I didn't, watch or, participate in any of the stuff that they actually sent to you.
Oh, yeah.
So it was I just had a bunch of random Game of Thrones and Rick and Morty shit that I had no idea what it was, but I just kept it because it looked cool.
I had the Loot Crate gaming box.
Yeah, I just had the standard one.
Which is how pretty much everything in this room came from that box.
Yeah, that looks like it.
But there was some good stuff. I kind of just gave up on it because it became really expensive, even more expensive, and it was just like, I play games from the 2000s and that's it.
Yeah.
And it started becoming like, oh, promotional items for Destiny 2 Shadowkeeper or something. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was basically what happened with who the fuck is playing? Did you play Terraria in 2021? Anyways,
Got a new update last year.
Wait, did it?
Yeah, 1.4. I played it. It was okay.
I didn't. I have not played Terraria very extensively. Anyways, we should stay on topic. Like with Loot Crate. I stopped getting Loot Crate. I stopped getting Loot Crate. I think more or less purely. Well, it's just because it was like because of what I said earlier. It's just because of the I didn't care about any of the things they actually sent to me. I just wanted stuff, and it was just getting very expensive anyways. So I was basically just paying a bunch of money. My parents were paying a bunch of money for stuff I do not care about. So yeah. But yeah, like most of like the little ornaments on my shelf in my room are literally just are entirely from Loot Crate, as well as just other stuff I've gotten over the years from places. As most things are from.
Are they? Are they really?
Okay, well I think that's a loaded question. Firstly, no.
Let's be real here, buddy.
Let's be real here, bucko. I think you should
You want to play some old school RuneScape?
No! We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna
do an old school RuneScape Let's Play.
Look, okay, we've copied Super Mega enough.
Did they do a Let's Play?
Yeah, they did RuneScape Let's Play.
Oh, I remember that. I was so happy when that came out because I was really sick and needed something to watch.
Yeah.
And then I watched like 2 episodes. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's RuneScape. I realized I'd rather just play old school RuneScape.
Yeah. I had old school RuneScape, but I got past the tutorial and I just stopped playing.
That's what most people do.
Yeah.
I basically every time I start a new old school RuneScape account after coming back after 3 years basically or something like that, I kind of just go up into the wilderness and just get like level 60 fire making and wood cutting, and then I kind of just give up because I realize, oh, I need to train other stuff. Well, that's not fun. Combat requires me to play the game a little bit.
Yeah. But no fire making.
It was fun.
I got old school RuneScape. I think I actually have it downloaded on my PC. I just don't play it ever. Because I saw you playing it. And I was like, oh wait, it's on Steam now? But yeah.
Whoa.
It's really cool.
Ah.
Ah!
I love Patrick. I'm Spong.
I'd never heard of Spun.
I'm sorry, I have really sensitive teeth and that drink just hurt me.
On the inside or the outside?
Crop. That was the wrong song I was thinking of.
I don't think that was the funny. I think that
Wake
was...
me up inside. That's the one.
There we go.
Crawling inside of my skin.
I mean, it fits, I think. They're both Linkin Park. I mean, I think that's really all you need for Edge.
Evanescence isn't Linkin Park.
Wait, what?
The wake me up inside.
Oh yeah, no. It's the same.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. I was thinking of
Save me in the end.
Yeah, that was that one. Yeah, I don't know. They're not remotely the same lyrically. Sonically, they're fucking. If you're
identical.
They're identical. I mean, basically, it's just like it's just metal, but with whooshy synths and like cool, just production.
The first 2 Linkin Park albums still go hard.
That's true. Nobody could ever take Hybrid Theory away from Linkin Park. The rest of their discography, but Hybrid Theory is good.
And then, what was the other one? Meteora? Was that
that
the album name or was that a song name?
That was the album name, I think.
That one was also pretty good. And then, everything after that, you have some okay songs.
But then it's like, Linkin...
And then, last album was just kind of like, okay.
It's just, don't. Just stop it. And then Evanescence was never that good, honestly. Just being real. I never liked Evanescence.
I have not dug into the discography enough to know.
Yeah,
I've never woken up, though, and felt like, I need to listen to some Evanescence today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I knew of I listened to a bit of Evanescence when I was in like 7th grade, and like new metal was my shit. But
They released an album this year.
well, I mean, they're still kicking. Yeah.
Oh, this was literally released like a week ago.
Wait, really? Jesus, what is it? It's the bitter truth.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw that just a second ago, I thought it was the exact same album cover as it might be easier if I just grab the album and Google it. Die is Your Latest Fashion by Skip Faye. It might be easier if I just show this here. Where is it?
Put up the album cover.
Identical.
Put up the 2 album covers right now. Whoever's editing this, me.
Good luck remembering that.
It's I can see the time code now, which is cool. It's 20 minutes 30 seconds. I'm gonna make a note on my phone. Yeah, it's literally the exact same album cover. It's just one has like an LSD tab.
That's basically the only difference between 2006 and 2021.
Yuhcast thing. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Evanescence.
Evanescence. Yeah, I was kind of into Evanescence, but
I think I've heard only 2 Evanescence songs in my entire life.
yeah. But then I stopped
They're fine.
listening to that stuff, and I was just kind of like,
That trash.
I mean, I think like
Emo garbage.
it was actually that stuff was like super like influential to my general like music taste now, especially like Slipknot, just because what they were doing was like genuinely super unique and like I don't want to say experimental, but for what was happening around the time, that was fucking super like hard shit. That for like the stuff that was like super popular.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, and just the way that they kind of like I don't know, it was super cool. And like their first album still, though I never listened to it, it still holds a special place in my heart.
That's how I am with a lot of albums, where it's just like stuff I used to listen to all the time. I just like, that's the best album of all time. I haven't listened to it in 2 years in full, but hey.
It's a great album, yeah. Yeah, and I think, I don't know, they'll never be able to take away my love of the first Slipknot album. The rest of their albums,
I'm an Iowa guy myself.
Iowa's good as well. Yeah, I liked Volume 3. That one's super underrated in my opinion.
Absolutely. Although I've noticed it's gotten a lot more traction recently. I don't know why.
I think it's just because of the general quote unquote softer sound is just kind of what like bands are doing now. Mm-hmm. I've noticed, and so I think like it was. I don't want to say ahead of its time, but it's just like people are kind of closer to more of that melodic metal sound now than they were in like 2004, in my opinion, anyways.
And then after that,
All Hope Is Gone had Psychosocial, and that's all that matters. The 0.5, it was fine.
Devil and I
had, yeah.
Devilini.
I know it got like critics liked it, and Fantano gave it a 4. I think it's like I think just from what I remember of it, it's an okay metal album. I mean,
for me, there were some tracks I actually really liked, and then some I just was like, okay, can I just skip? Can I just go on, please?
Go on, yeah.
Next thing.
Yeah.
Then they had
the
whatever the 2019 album was.
Yeah, that one was actually really good. Surprisingly good for Slipknot, in my opinion.
It was kind of the same thing for me. Some albums, some songs I just didn't like at all. But overall, I mean, Neo Forte, what was it, Orphan, I think?
Oh yeah, Orphan was great. My favorite song out of that was Spiders, because that was like, that was genuinely like really cool of them to actually like experiment a bit with their sounds. Yeah, because it was in like 78 as well. It was really, really interesting and like, but yeah.
The only good thing to come out of All Hope Is Gone was the touring. That's it.
Yeah, literally that was
the shows they played during that time. I think was probably some of their best in terms of just anything after.
Well, because they still had they weren't like really old, but they also had like an actual show that wasn't just like. Here we are, here our amp, there's a banner, go.
They had like an actual budget and production value.
Yeah. Although I mean, in terms of shows, actually, I do like, ideally, I'd love to, I've never been to one, but I'd love to just go to just a fucking sweaty ass basement show where there's only like 30 people, but it's just so like, so sweaty and so just like not intimate necessarily, but it's just kind of like a box of just energy. I would love that. I would love to do that at some point, but I don't think there's many.
To a basement style show ever.
Yeah,
I've been to like. I've never been to arenas, but I've been to like the mid-tier kind of like.
Oh yeah, like the theaters and the amphitheaters and stuff.
Yeah, you get your $20 tickets.
Yeah. I was
My Beartooth ticket was $100.
I was gonna go to I think I might have already said this on a podcast, but I was gonna go to but before they basically canceled everything because COVID-19.
You're gonna go to a Hoobastank show.
I was gonna go to a Swans show, which was I think it was at the Aladdin, I think, the Aladdin Theater.
Never been there.
It's in like Southeast Portland. It's pretty.
That's why.
Yeah, it's in Southeast Portland, and it was I was super excited to go. Although the album that they were playing songs from, Swans basically when they tour, they basically just do the songs from their most recent album, and then they do Screenshot, and then which is like by far their most popular song, maybe Oxygen, kind of. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I was gonna say like I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm happy.
But it's just like. It was I hadn't listened to Leaving Meaning yet when I fucking bought the tickets, and then they canceled the entire tour, and I was kind of bummed, but also it makes sense. So yeah. Apparently Vanilla Ice is playing shows right now.
My man.
Vanilla Ice in Smash Mouth. Like it's like the people who have the most to lose by not doing shows, cuz like they don't sell albums. They don't have anything.
They just have like a really small devoted fan base.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I know. Fucking the actual like I don't know, the Vanilla Ice fandom is so like it's so weird because it's basically just like the same kind of people who are it's basically the like juggalos basically. Those are the kind of people who are into Vanilla Ice in 2021. But yeah, then the 90s were 30 years ago. I wasn't alive then. But God, it's weird. Can you
Sorry. I wanted to burp discreetly. Because I didn't want to go like, bleh. So I tried to keep it down at this.
You do that just by keeping your mouth closed. That's not like.
I know, but I wanted to let it loose a little bit more because it wasn't coming out properly, so then it just made pain sound. What was it? I was doing. Oh yeah. Huh? I just realized most of the shows I go to are when like bands are touring like their lesser albums. I mean like wildly most popular album with maybe one exception, two exceptions. But like
it's like yeah, like going to a show when like that's promoting an album that's fucking garbage is one of the weirdest experiences. At least in terms of like what you want to hear, because you're not going to be hearing what you like for like half the set.
Yeah.
But like the other half is great. That's what you came there for. So
because I think mostly to like because I went to the Trauma tour for I Prevail, which I mean I like the album. I liked it a lot more back then than I do now, but I still prefer Lifelines a lot more over that because I don't know, Trauma tried to do a lot more genre bending where it's like mixing like some hip hop
hippity
some hip hop and rap elements, which overall it sounded fine, but it was just like I'd rather listen to Lifelines. And it's like when those songs came on, I was like, okay, neat. But
Coolio. I can mosh.
I think the only tour I've been to that wasn't directly promoting an album was the Nothing Nowhere show, which, I mean, that was still technically part of the Ruiner tour, but I think there were more songs not from Ruiner than, I think, yeah, I remember the set list at all anymore, but...
I feel like once it's like after, if they're touring a year after an album's released, that's just touring for the sake of touring. That's not promoting an album. In my opinion.
Yeah, because that was like a year and a half after, but it was still kind of part of that. Although Beartooth, they're doing... Well, actually, no, they're doing their new album tour now. or they will be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2020, they're still rocking with the Disease tour. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Disease in Disguise tour was the best show I've ever been to, but still. That was cool, though. They played a Loser off that one album that they hate. But, and then Motionless played Black Damask, I think, which, another song they never play, which I like when bands do that, when they just have one slot that's never consistent in their set list, and it's just some old stuff that they never play.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if I was like making a set list, I think what I would like choose the songs based on location, because like if I'm in like Brazil or somewhere that like theoretically we would never go again, I would just do all of like the hits and like everything that people would like. But like, you know, if I'm like touring, you know, America or Europe or whatever, or like the UK, I would that's when I would like put all the new songs as well as like stuff that like people might not have even heard before, and like, you know, that kind of thing. But that's
I think it's to what was I gonna say? I forgot already.
Yeah.
I'm trying to multitask right now, because they also where do I live? Hold on. I'm trying to find the set list for the show I went to for the Motionless show.
No, that might have.
Because I think they played some other, or at least another old song. No, they didn't. Never mind. I'm thinking of things. Oh, Break the Cycle, but that's kind of a popular one. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else then. I swear they played Immaculate Misconception, but whatever. Off the best metalcore album of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Although, I think I might, because there's a... What did you...
I need to find a spot for this.
Just put it there you go. We were drinking, drinks. Then there's a can, because you can't, obviously, it's a podcast. Anyways, I was going to say, there's going to be a Dinosaur Junior show, which, if you didn't know, is one of my favorite bands that I, don't actually listen to that much, but I love them. Listen to all their albums, and, like, I don't know, it's something that's just, like, it also, like, just pretty much bands that have been, like, that were, like, their heyday was in, like, the 80s and 90s, and, like, they're coming back now. A lot of it is, like, I don't know, I feel like there's kind of always, when they're playing live, I think a lot of people are there to see the stuff that was from, like, the 80s and 90s, and honestly, they play that stuff. In the set, but it's like, I don't know, it's like with the Pixies, like Pixies especially, it's like their new albums aren't good. Like, I love them, but they're all like mid at best, and at worst they're I mean, I do like some of their songs, but overall it's like, well, it's basically because like Kim Deal, who is like pretty much the person that like made the Pixies, let's be real. Their bass player and vocalist, mostly vocalist, bass and lines were they're roots. Yeah, like she left right before they were gonna make the album because she was apprehensive about doing that, but about making the album, and like you could definitely tell that like that there is something missing.
Yeah, I can think of a lot of bands that are like that. You take one member out, that's just like, I mean, I guess I'm cheating a little bit because I think of like Beartooth and Dance Gavin Dancer. Basically, the songs are written by one person almost entirely.
Yeah.
So I guess that doesn't count, but still, like.
Yeah, but I mean, even if one person is writing all the songs, somebody's influence is like if you take somebody out, their influence can be completely just out of there, and then it just
especially a vocalist, because you kind of have to write around how the vocalist sounds in a way sometimes. Because if they have you can't just put like twinkly emo chords over like a butt rock vocalist.
Yeah,
I would love to see that though.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Yeah, and also like. Yeah, actually, I can think of another band like Algernon Cadwallader, one of my favorite bands recently. Check them out; they're super underappreciated, and I hope that they get the praise that they deserve.
I hope they don't. Some complete asshole.
But yeah, basically they I Actually, I don't know. It's kind of their sound didn't get worse, but they went from for Twinkly Emo going from 2 guitarists to 1 is a pretty big deal because like pretty much your entire sound is based on like 2 interlocking ridiculously complicated guitar parts. And Joe Reinhardt is a fucking phenomenal guitar player who literally live he pulled off that shit super well. Just surprisingly, like 2 guitar parts in a Midwest emo band is like good. Anyways, but like from their first album, Some Kind of Caterwater, to Parrot Flies, there is a lot of there is so much different, and I think Parrot Flies, I love that album. It's such a there's just something missing from that album that is not there on Some Kind of Caterwater. I completely forgot the point I was trying to make. Let's now get on Caterwater. Anyways.
And there's also times sometimes the member's gone and this music becomes way better suddenly. I think of Motionless because I like all of their albums, but there is definitely... Well, when you take members out, I guess there's definitely a decline in the quality in my opinion, between Creatures and Infamous. I mean, most of that was a mixing thing. I hate the mixing on Infamous with a passion. But even then, I think Reincarnate, 2014, decent album. It's not my favorite. A lot of people's favorite album. I don't know why. They're stupid. They have a different opinion. Go die. And then you get to whatever was after that, Graveyard Shift, which just became super simple and just kind of like... It was... The choruses were their best they've ever written, and that's all they had going for them. And then you lost the bassist, and then suddenly, I don't know if they just realized that, hey, we need to do something different, or if the bassist was really that much of a problem in the songwriting process, because then they released their best album in almost a decade.
As a bassist, I can firmly say the bassist had nothing to do with it.
Well, who knows?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if that does depend on what kind of bassist they are.
Or it could just be that. No, I can't even think. Well, because during the album process, they got a new bassist, which I forgot what song he actually wrote on, which was also the best song he's ever written. Period. I think it was Undead Ahead too. I don't remember. Yeah. But anyway, bassists, they don't do stuff.
That's true. But yeah, I was gonna say there's many different forms of the bass guitarist, but there's the one that is just there and just does not give a shit.
They're just replaceable. You're kind of just
But then there's the one that's integral to your sound, and or is just the main songwriter or just the general presence of the band who also just happens to play the bass. And I strive to be the first.
Taking Back Sunday is a perfect example of bands that lost members and suddenly became pretty bad. I mean, I don't think they're bad anymore, or they've ever really been bad, but I think it's just... They've had so many lineup changes that everyone has a favorite album and they hate the rest. I personally think Louder Now is my favorite album just because it was the peak of fucking... What was their name? Matt Watson from Super Mega? No. I think... What was it named? Matt Rubano. I think he's I don't know if he still is, but he was in Angels and Airwaves after that. And then it was J name. I can't remember now. I do not know his last name. Not John Nolan was the first, but either way, all of the albums have completely different sounds because you take a guitarist and a bassist out, and then the only consistent member really has been the vocalist at this point. Even then, he barely was alive on the first album.
He was literally in a coma. It was entirely instrumental.
What's interesting is that you could take Adam out of Taking Back Sunday, even though he has an iconic voice, and most people won't notice. At least on their first few albums, because the backing vocals were usually louder than the main vocals. Which, it sounded great for that sound, but it was just and they're better singers than him. But, I mean, it was just kind of okay.
As is the way with backing vocalists.
And then I just don't like Adam singing. During the Louder Now touring phase, a little bit after that, I think I think they just fell off entirely with Adam just deciding to be like, I'm a country singer now. Let me just add a bunch of random techniques to my vocals to make it less emo and more like country
Jarl.
boy.
My man be yarlin' though. My voice is gone. Holy shit.
Hey, boys.
Yeah, I feel like okay, no, okay. I gotta if I push more air, it's normal. But yeah, we should probably actually do the Yuhcast first. I mean, it's not really doing anything to the actual commentary, but just to save my voice and not kill it. Fuck. What's you doing, mate? Anyways, yeah.
Bacon beans.
Dude, beans.
Making bacon pancakes.
What is that from?
Adventure Time. I never watched Adventure Time.
Did you really not? I don't.
No, I had a good childhood. No.
Adventure Time was great. I think that whole era of like Cartoon Network with like Regular Show and Amazing World of Gumball.
I never watched any of those shows.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But they scared me as a kid. Well, I guess I wasn't like a super young child, but I was still like.
Yeah, I mean, you were like 7, 8 when those were around, right? I was. I don't know about you.
I think I was older.
10, 11.
I don't know when they were.
Spot.
I don't know when they were around really, but
They were. I think it was like around like 2010 to about like 2015, 16.
I was 7 in 2010.
Yeah, you were 6. You would have been 6.
No, I was 4.
Oh my god, are you a Time Lord?
No way. I would have been 1 year old. I want to do a bit from like now on, and saying this people don't want to be in on now, but I want to do a bit where I just make people genuinely believe I'm like 12 years old.
I feel like with just your voice, nobody's gonna believe that.
Well, if I do it like this, then hey.
How? Okay, well, how are you gonna keep that up through an entire Let's Play?
Oh, trust me, I can do it.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
I sound like
in that context.
I sound like Orisa from Overwatch if you take away the filter. Hi guys.
I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm living.
This is the point where the podcast, there's a quality thing. There's this graph, you notice. It starts off pretty low quality and it builds up to a proper conversation. And there's just kind of a dip around about 2/3 of the way through, and this is the dip.
Yeah.
That's usually a time where it's like, this is when we should stop, but are we? Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it. I don't. Okay, it's 42 minutes long. I think we should cut it. We should go. We should keep it real. Thank you, people, for watching this thing. We're back for another month. After that, we'll see.
We're back with one new episode. What comes next? Who knows?
Who knows? Let's see if we'll actually do it. Anyways, goodbye. Farewell. If you die, I'll
Play Minecraft. I'm sponsored by Moji.